Good morning, funky fresh morning. What you gonna do? Tell everyone you're on 600 days of carnivore, dude. Yeah, my 600th day. What in the world am I thinking? It's raining out here. I'm not sure I can film. 600 days on the carnivore diet. I thought I was gonna do 90 days and then just go on with my life. But no, that's not what happened. If you have type 2 diabetes and you reverse it in 90 days and your blood pressure goes down, you stop snoring, your teeth get better, your attitude gets better, your motivation gets better, your energy level gets raised, why the heck would you go back to what you're doing? Now, that being said, I've struggled with some things, but my life has changed. I'm forever changed. And I wish you were all like I am, at least. I wish you would put in the time and the effort and the work to get where I am. A position where you look in the mirror and your wife catches you and she's like, oh, just checking yourself out, huh? And you're like, well, what I'm doing is I'm looking at myself in the mirror going, am I gaining muscle? I'm starting to look buff. How in the world did that happen? I don't know, maybe by working out 5 days a week now. Actually, I didn't work out yesterday because I had a day of work before that. That was just crazy. So yesterday I took the day off, but I did go, after work, I did go hunting and walk like 1,000,000 miles carrying a bunch of stuff. So different kind of workout. I might be able to do this on this walk. All right, let's go. So Thanksgiving is next Thursday. It is now Friday. I got 6 days to figure it out. And my wife and I were chatting about what we're gonna eat. And we asked the kids what they wanted. And none of them said mashed potatoes. None of them said stuffing. Some wanted cranberry sauce. They wanted green bean casserole. They wanted rolls. I think that was about it. I'm in charge of making turkey this year, but I also got a bone-in rib roast. And my wife's like, is there anything you want? My mom wants to know if there's anything you want. And I'm like, I'm good with turkey and rib roast. Does anything sound good to me? Mashed potatoes does not sound good to me. I don't know. I was like, maybe eat a pickle. Why? I don't know. The tanginess. I've had a couple pickles on this diet. Made sure there's no sugar added, that kind of stuff. But I told myself after the year on Carnivore I was gonna go ketovore. Then I realized ketovore would be me keeping track of my carbs, making sure they're under 10. I was like, well, that's lame. That's barely any freedom. That's nothing. Might as well just continue to do carnivore. I'm not afraid of vegetables. I just don't necessarily need them. And that's good. I'm not craving sweet stuff. Like, I never crave sweets. I mean, fortunately for me, I didn't really wrestle with that beforehand too much. But yeah, so now it's like someone says something about some sweets, I'm like, ugh, not good. No thank you. I don't need that stuff in my life. It's just send me backwards. So I'm reminded of a girl that used to live with my family. We've actually had a dozen. We housed women for about 10 years of our marriage, and some of our kids were younger, but we had a girl living with us that had type 1 diabetes, and we didn't really know too much about type 1 diabetes. We knew that if you had type 1 diabetes, you needed to take insulin, and so that was about it. We didn't know that you had to count carbs and then estimate how much insulin you need. So my wife did tons of training on that to try to help this girl, because she was struggling with her diabetes. And it's like, okay, this is how you do the math. This is how you, but she didn't want to. She didn't want to have to count her carbs and estimate her insulin. So she would not take insulin and end up with ketones, or ketoacidosis. Like, the meter would always say high. It's like over 600 or something, or sugars, to the point that, we had to call the ambulance multiple times because she was almost unconscious. And we're like, you need to change something. You need to do something different. But she didn't care. I mean, she cared, but she didn't really care. She didn't really care because she was upset that she had to do what she had to do. She was mad that she was type 1 diabetic. She didn't want to have to do the math. She was essentially lazy, for lack of a better word, or I should say it like this, she was lacking self-discipline. She was lacking drive in her life. And I think a lot of us struggle with that kind of stuff. And it's hard to see. I think there's a lot of things in our lives that we want to do that we don't do because it's too hard. We think it's too hard. And we think it's not fair. And how do you turn your I don't want to into I'm gonna do this? Well, good question. But you know, being a type 1 diabetic and being addicted to sugar and carbs, yeah, if she doesn't get it taken care of, eventually it's gonna end up a problem. It's gonna end up becoming a big problem. So, you know, why do I bring this up? Why do I tell you this story? And because there's people out there that are wrestling and fighting through becoming different people. Yeah. Some of you are wrestling and fighting. Some of you aren't. You're not. I mean, the odds are if you're watching this, you are, or you're looking for more inspiration and success stories. So I consider myself a success story. I haven't arrived anywhere, but at 45 years old, I am stronger and faster and more able than I've been in 20 years for sure. And I hear stories all the time of people saying, hey, I'm 75, I'm 70, I'm 80. And yeah, I'm on this diet and running marathons and ultra fat. Like, people do that? Yeah, they do. Some people just get old. Some people get old with grace and dignity, it looks like. 600 days on the carnivore diet. 600 days. So my current goal is to go to 1,000 days. 1,000 days. Finish off 2 years, go to 1,000 days. When it comes to like the future of this YouTube channel, I don't know what happened, but we've taken a huge hit. You know, I was creeping up on 10,000 subscribers and got like up to 10,030, and then now it's like 9,970. We lost like, we're only losing subscribers. And I don't know, you know, if it's me, my content, you know, because like I have a hard time getting to the stuff, and I don't know. It's just one of those things. Is it even worth me doing YouTube anymore, documenting my process? I guess for myself, and I guess when you add the extra pressure of having to like do it for YouTube analytics and stuff like that, it kind of takes some of the love out of it to a certain degree. But then I also think, well, man, I think I'm helping people. I think I'm helping people. I don't know. I just know that I'm going to, in my mind right now, I'm going to make it through the end of this year, creating videos and sharing my story, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the year, because I don't need extra stress in my life. But at the same time, I enjoy doing this when I have time to do it, if that makes sense. I think it's time for some of you to take some stock in your life. Take stock of your life. Why aren't you where I am right now? Everyone that's way further than me, disregard this. But why aren't you as far as I am? Why aren't you here? I just don't understand it, because if I could do it, you could do it. Why aren't you where I'm at? Why don't you have the same perspective that I have? 600 days on a carnivore diet. Take a real inventory of your life and ask yourself and look at yourself in the mirror soberly and ask, what is holding me back? Why aren't I out, you know, at 7 in the morning walking? Well, it's probably 7:30 now, the sun's out. Yep, exactly 7:30. Why aren't I out walking up a hill? Why am I not putting in work on myself? Why am I not investing in myself and my health? Let me know the answer. I'm never gonna arrive, and that's good. We just wanna arrive. 90 days and that's it, I'm out. No, 600 days, and it's just the beginning of a new Arent Kilby. All right, everybody, we're here at the pinnacle of the walk. I guess it's pointless for me to ask for people to subscribe to the channel if I'm considering not continuing after the beginning of the year. But there's also the chance also that I'll do what I normally do and just like waffle, and then the time comes and then I'll just go twice as hard. We'll see. I just know that I've seen life change and I see a lot of people struggling, and I want to help where I can. And I guess I also want to poke. I want to poke people. Come on, man. You got to do something. You got to do something. What are you going to do? Kilby out.